How's it going, everybody? Thanks for taking a couple minutes to check out my channel. If you enjoyed this video, if you could take a second to give me a quick comment or a thumbs up, I'd truly appreciate it. It helps the channel out a lot. But I'm going to be doing a quick unboxing here. I got a box in today from Minnesota Trapline, and my wife told the UPS driver, she's like, just bring this in the house. And he's like, nah, you don't want this in the house. He said, I wanted this thing out of my truck because it would make my truck stink. But so I got this box here, and I'm sure the UPS guy is happy. But I learned a lesson before I went to our rendezvous this year. I checked all my lures and stuff, and I looked. I have a big lure container, and I saw a bunch of bottles of lure, and I didn't inspect them very closely. But just because you have 20 bottles in a container doesn't mean you have 20 bottles of lure. I started looking at them closely, and I had like 20 bottles with about 2 drops of lure in a piece. So I had to order some more lures. And this came a couple days ago from Night Owl. These are some of my favorite gland lures. I got a 4-ounce bottle of Coyote gland, a 4-ounce bottle of Bobcat, and a 4-ounce bottle of Red Fox gland. And they also sent me an extra. They had a little note here that they included a bottle of XXL, which is their red gland. This is their, I think, like their matrix gland lure for mating season. So they included that for free to help offset some of the shipping. I really appreciated that. So that's one of the things. I mean, yeah, I could have picked this up right from our rendezvous if I would have inspected my lures closely. Regardless, I got lots of gland lure now. That should last me a little while. And inside of here, I also got some lures. I did get some lures from our rendezvous, and I showed them in another video from Todd Strohacker. I got a couple bottles of lure from him. Also got a nasty yellow jacket flying around here that I'm about ready to have a tornado fit on. I got some logwood dye. I don't have a whole lot of traps to dye because, I mean, if you watch my last season, I didn't trap a ton. So I don't have a whole lot of traps to reboil and dye. I got some empty squirt bottles to put urine in and stuff. These are only like, I don't know, 50 cents or $1 a piece. They're nice to have around just to put urine in. What else do I got here? Lots of paper. The more I unwrap, the better it smells. I got a ounce of Violator 7. I think I got 2 of these bottles. These are a skunkier lure, and I try to use these up through the season, and I try to, anytime I buy a lure with skunk in it, I try to buy it directly from the manufacturer. Like if I wanted something from, what's the one called? I think it's called Hellfire from Dunlap. I would order it straight from him. I don't want it sitting on a shelf in somebody else's store for a couple months because skunk is really volatile and it can lose its punch after a while. This lure is still good. I have some left over from last season, but it's way more mild. I'll use that stuff early in the season, and then I'll pull this out a little later. I know it's inside of here. I'm not even going to open it. This is 2 ounces of Gusto. Again, this is even more skunky than the Violator 7. This will come out late in the season when I start trying to get some fisher sets in. I got some Predator Bait Plus, another jar of that. So this is about the only 2 baits I'll be running this year. Predator Bait Plus, and then I'll make up a gallon of this Dobbins bait solution. I have a Bobcat thawing out right now. I'll chop it up, and I'll add a few other things into it just to make sure I get to a gallon of ground up meat. I'll just put it through a meat grinder, then mix all this in there. This is sodium benzoate to keep it from rotting. It fixes the solution, and I do this with just fresh meat. I don't let it taint or anything. And this is a pretty mild bait, and this is a stronger bait right here. Got a half a gallon of urine, Red Fox urine. What else did I get? A few odds and ends here. Okay, I thought I ordered a 100 pack of these. I'm gonna have to look at my slip closely. But I thought I ordered 100 of these. I might have just hit the 1 dozen thing. But I also got a dozen of the ends for the Fox Hollow Super Steaks. I got chain, and I use these to weld the chain onto it. These are the, I think they call them Mighty S hooks on Minnesota Trapline. And they always send a free item if you order at least 50 bucks. So I took a dozen swivels, crunch-proof swivels. All right, I'm gonna get all this stuff stashed away into my cooler, and tucked away into a nice cool spot. What else do I got going on here? I'm still running my little Saker chainsaw. I've yet to recharge that battery, and it's still running. I've cut a lot of stuff with this. It still shows 3 bars on there. I was cutting some stuff with it again today. I got a mess in here again. It seems like I clean it up and I get a mess again. I've been working on my cable restraints, getting them put into baggies and everything. My support wires. There's my Bobcat thawing out right there. And I'll run it through that meat grinder. What else? Oh, I got a bench swagger. I don't even know how you pronounce it, but I saw Hammer had one of these on one of his videos. He sent me a link to it. I think I got it. It was on eBay. I think it was like 75 bucks, I think. So, I mean, yeah, it's Chinese made, but it does S hooks, and it'll crimp ferrules and stuff really well. It also comes with a set of bolt cutter heads to it, and a set of cable cutter heads as well. Got Toby in here creeping around. I made a pile of screen covers. I'm gonna put these away. I'm done making them for the year, I know. And this is the screens that I used. These are old Anderson window screens. They got really stiff aluminum screen in them. The newer ones don't. Well, that's about it for today. In less than 2 months, we'll be able to set some traps here in PA. My wife will be glad to get rid of me for a while. She'll be really glad for me to get rid of my box of stink. Probably more glad than the UPS truck driver was. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope y'all have a blessed day and stay safe, everybody. Peace out, Tammy.
Peace out.